Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. Now I'm going to play a clip and just to show you how they put in your face what they're all about. Now I'm going to play this, and most people would take this as a joke, as you're going to hear. The majority of the people in the crowd are clapping, which a lot of them may be down with it as well. All right. But in reality, this is what goes on behind closed doors, and this is leaked out in a sense, but being that they control the media, and they control, what's pressed and what's not pressed. Okay, you don't really see a big push, all right, towards this topic, and that topic is child sacrifice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and then we'll get a few scriptures, a little history, and then we'll close it out. I don't want to take too long on this, but check this out, how they make it as if it's a joke.
I must appease him with the gift of a man-child.
I must appease him with the gift of a man-child. Now, let's check this out.
No, the Norquist is coming for me. I must appease him with the gift of a man-child. Come to me. I must feed you. I must feed you to the Norquist. No, take him. No, take him.
If you hear it's like some sort of demon or monster or growling, you hear him in the back, and he, jokingly, all right, gives the child to this, whatever the hell it is. Let's go back. He just got a baby sitting under the table.
No, the Norquist is coming for me. I must appease him with the gift of a man-child. Come to me. I must feed you. I must feed you to the Norquist. No, take him. No, take the baby. Take the baby. Don't eat me, eat the baby.
You checked. You Edomites are too much, man. He throws up, some sort of insider hand gesture.
I'm sure the baby will be fine. Do DNA studies...
I'm sure the baby will be fine. All right. Now, as we know, we are living in Babylon the Great. All right. Which when you go into the scriptures, there's various cultures who took from the culture of Babylon the Great, or Babylon, ancient Babylon, going back to Samaria. And they held to some very, very weird and decrepit customs, all right, which are being practiced here in Babylon the Great today. All right. Human and child sacrifice is a big part of that. I was actually doing some history on the Germania Major, Germania Minor, and they, worshiped, I believe, the god of Mercury or Neptune or something, and they were heavily into this. All right. All of the 7 heads of this beast system. All right. The Greeks, the Romans, Germania Major, Germania Minor, the French, the Spanish, and the British were heavy into this. All right. And they get this, all right, from ancient Babylon, ancient Canaan, and so forth. Okay. Egypt. All right. Which would happen in Egypt. They pretty much set up an order to pretty much put all of the Hebrew male children to death. Today you have these temples to Molech, all right, in the form of Planned Parenthood, all right, abortion clinics. Now, this is Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter, In the third verse, it says, "For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land." Okay, and when you go into who was inhabiting the Holy Land, as we, our forefathers led by Moses, went throughout the wilderness to take them down. All right, you have mainly Hamitic cultures. All right, and as they got further in, I believe the Ammonites, uh, even the Amalekites were in those regions, doing all of these evil practices, which is why they had to be spewed out of the land. And in this time, you have heathen, all right, in the region of the Holy Land doing evil and wickedness, man. But at this time, was talking about the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Hivites, Jebusites, which are 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. All right, and the Lord took these nations down. All right, and ultimately we were warned from making marriages with them, doing any of their practices, because they were into some very, very strange and evil things, which have now become a normal part of you Israelites' culture. Okay, casting your young and doing all of this evil. Okay, now same things happening today. We have strange heathen nations inhabiting the Holy Land, and they're into some very, very sick practices, the exact same things. All right, now you think this is a joke. You think this is a joke, but this is what's really going on here in Babylon the Great. Okay? So this is Wisdom of Solomon 12:3. It says, "For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, whom thou hatest for doing the most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices." All right. Now you got to be careful bringing out the sacrifices, because that's what's, they're getting caught up on. Everywhere you look, years ago, it was coming out. All right. What they were all about and the code terms they used. All right. For these different gatherings and evil things. And what did they do? All right. And also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of men's flesh and feast of blood. Okay. Which you got to be careful bringing that out, because now, all right, the cat's out of the bag. What the leaders of this world are really all about, in the government, with their priest out of the midst of their adulterous crew. Because what people forget is that this is a priesthood set up on the left-hand side. Just as in Egypt, Pharaoh had his priesthood, and they had their different mediums and sacrificial ways of dealing with their gods. Well, the same thing's happening here. This is how, all right, they gain power. This is how they commune with their, these satanic deities on the left-hand side, through various forms of sacrifice. Okay? Feasts of blood. All right, but right here, what does it call them? Merciless murderers of children. Okay? And for some reason, when you talk about these things, you become the target, but the people doing them are constantly hidden. Okay, you got to ask yourself, why is the Roman Catholic Church still a standing entity? Now, I was reading about this earlier, but apparently, let's see here, which we know that what they're all about. Okay, the Biden administration. All right, even on Saturday Night Live, The Rock, we'll look that up. The Rock came with a funny skit to where he's offering up children to be absolutely destroyed in some form of sick skit. It's a skit, though. All right, the Biden administration quietly flies illegal immigrants to New York in the middle of the night. Now, in other articles, it's saying it's younger ones. Now, let's see here. It's kind of, Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Yep, this one will go into the underage form of it, you know, because they try to hide wording in particular things. Okay, but the Biden administration secretly flying underage migrants into New York at night. So what's going on? Now, worldwide, you have to ask yourself, where in the hell are all of these children going annually? This is annually. In Australia, there's 20,000 children missing a year. Canada, 45,288. Germany, 100,000. India, 96,000. Jamaica, only 1,984. I wonder why there's such a big jump. All right, where Jake mainly dwells. Anyway, it says in Spain, estimated 20,000. The United Kingdom, right, 112, 8,053. Okay. Children are reported missing a year. In the United States, 460,000 children are reported missing. All right. Every year in Babylon the Great, 460,000 children are reported missing. Where in the hell are all of these children going? One is too many, but 460 and this ain't a pandemic? This isn't something we need to stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin and figure out what the hell is going on? Wow. So this same priesthood is back. We know where they're going. We know what's happening with these children. We're in Canaan all over again. And what was Canaan big on, man? They had a god named Molech, which is synonymous with Baal, okay, who dealt with, you know, child sacrifice. And our people got into that heavily, where they would take their child and pass them through the fire as a sacrifice and offering unto Molech. Now, look at this guy.
The Norquist is coming for me! I must appease him with the gift of a man-child! Come to me! I must feed you! I must feed you to the Norquist! Ah! No, take him! No, take the baby! Take the baby! Don't eat me, eat the baby!
Don't eat me, eat the baby.
I'm sure the baby will be fine.
All right, now, we're living in a time of some heavy left-hand practices. All right. If you look at this calendar, let's see if I can. Okay. You can look at the calendar. You just read it on your own. But this is the type of stuff that goes on heavily during these times, as they have a left-hand priesthood, in particular holy days on the left-hand side, because all holy means is sacred. What was holy unto them on the left-hand side is an abomination to us on the right-hand side, and vice versa. All right, but October 30, the Church of Satan turns 666 months old. Okay, so look for a lot of left-hand satanic practices and evil to be going on in these coming times, man. But let me look up the rock. Check this out. I don't want to, yeah, let me put it here. Yeah, I don't want to play. I guess you can't really play it, but there we go.
My name is Roy, and for the most evil invention in the world contest, I invented a child molesting robot.
He invented a child molesting robot.
I'm sorry, I'll speak up. It's a robot that is designed to molest children. And I call it Robo Chomo. You see, it's powered by solar rechargeable fuel cells and it costs pennies to manufacture. And it can, theoretically, molest twice as many children as a human molester in, quite frankly, half the time. So, do I win the contest?
13 pizzas. Is this true?
The cheat day?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Here's the thing. And I'm not an extreme guy, but I do get very disciplined and focused. Now, you take that discipline and focus and you apply it to a cheat day. Now, I'll say that again. It's a cheat day, not a cheat meal.
A day.
A day. That includes, I'm going to break it down for you. It includes at least a dozen pancakes. And I took pictures of this. So a stack of pancakes, not 13 pieces, but 4 pizzas.
Okay.
4 pizzas. Nobody gets the 4 pizzas.
And if you're lost on what they mean by these particular terms, all right, the pancake and the cheese pie word, all right, because years ago that would get you taken down. Those terms are synonymous, okay, with children of a particular sort. I'll just say that. So the same thing's going on here in Babylon the Great, man. Okay, the same energy from these ancient cultures and societies who were merciless murderers of children, and they love to take away the innocence of children, are back, leading us to the scripture that there is nothing new under the sun. So when this place is destroyed, in the description of its destruction in the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter, it all makes sense. All right, the Lord is going to absolutely punish this place. Okay? Let me just jump to the point. Revelation 18 and 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven. Because all of this stuff that happens, it bothers us, man. In ways we don't even know. We don't even know why we have particular emotions sometimes. It's because there's things happening around the earth. And the earth, because we're supposed to be at one with the earth. So it's thrown off and we're affected. So when this place goes down, man, knowing the evil that and it's so much more evil that we don't even know about. We're going to need new bodies to really fully understand what they're doing. And the Lord is going to let us know. We're going to know everything because it's all recorded by the angels, man. If we knew the depths of really what was going on, some of us, we would pass out, man. But some of it has come out on the stuff that the everyday leaders and people you look up to are into. Wicked as hell, man. And you look at them and you be like, these are regular people. They wouldn't harm a fly. All right. Eating things alive. Oh my goodness. It gets creepy on the left hand, man. It's deep. It ain't just regular evil. A lot of brothers think Babylon is just it's evil, wicked. Nah, it's on a whole nother level. And when it's all said and done, we're gonna know everything, man. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. For God hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all, man. All right, from the practices to the wine, which are the philosophies. Everything is off, man. And things like this are a joke. This is a joke here in Babylon. But anyway, what's the name of this demon show right here? I think it showed it. And this is off of my Two Through and Information, another page I handle. Let's see here.
No, the Norquist is coming for me. I must appease
The
him.
Colbert Report. Let's look this guy up. This demon. Look at him. Stephen Colbert. That's his name. And they do it in a form of comedy. All right. But this is their way of telling you this is what we really do. Anyway. So I don't know when that episode was, but this is what they really do. Anyway, we're going to leave it off there, man. Shalom.